Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Wild Things Found Online. I am Vokal the Slug Cat, and we are back again with some new big Toph. So, Homegirl went live last night, and at least a little bit that I caught, she was popping off. I don't know what Tophia's on, but she was really on one last night. So, I think this video should probably be pretty interesting. Big shout out to my Ko-fi members. Thank you so much for the support. And without further ado, let us go ahead and jump into the stream from last night with Big Toph.
Talk about, oh, you complain too much. No, you question everything and complain too much. You're either questioning everything or you're complaining. It is what it is. People do take advantage of homeless people. Well, they take advantage of the fact that you're in a vulnerable situation. To be honest, they know exactly. And some people have never been homeless to understand what it's like to be homeless. And you being homeless, you understand exactly what I'm going through because you've been there, right? And to be honest, people literally do take advantage. They know that you're in a vulnerable situation. Okay. They know you got no place to go. Sometimes they know you will do anything for a place to live because you got no place. Oh, go here, go there. You need to be in this place. You need to be here because you got no place to go. You're going to accept it. And you're going to follow every rule that you have to follow because if you don't, you got no place. So obviously you're just going to accept whatever someone says, even if it's not good, even if it's horrible and hateful, you still, because you got no place, right?
Tophia, are you talking about the Christian shelter? Because it sounds like you're talking about the Christian shelter. Like, again, like I've said this many a times, Tophia, you are so ungrateful. You are so, because I don't feel like she's talking about like, I don't know, like some random guy offering her a room at his house or something. Like, she's talking about these shelters that have been putting up with her shit for the past year. And then for her to come on here and be like, oh, you have to deal with all these rules and regulations, even if you don't like them or you think they're terrible people. Like, well, then get your life together and you don't have to live there. It's really just that simple.
And then if you speak up and say something, then they throw you out. Oh, you gotta get out. You gotta go. Oh, about the AC. I got AC, and I got a fan. And my AC is blowing cold air. The AC is working. I walked in and man, it was cool. I've been sleeping real good with the AC. So you said when you was homeless, you had a full-time job and no shelter. So you was homeless and working, which proves my point. You didn't have enough money to pay for a place to live. You just literally proved my whole point. Why was you working to literally be homeless?
Because I'm sure by them working, they were able to get themselves out of that situation, Tophia. It's like you just it's like you just don't understand the concept of saving up money in order to get the things that you want, which I'm sure that's what that person did.
That makes no sense. What kind of an idiot works to be homeless? I wouldn't be working while I'm homeless.
We know.
That's crazy. Anyways, I was gonna say something. Because people are weird. They be sending me, that's why I don't look at my messages sometimes, because people be sending me unsolicited stuff. Even on TikTok, they say, I don't know how TikTok allows people to say stuff. Or there was one time, oh my God, they sent me this photo and I don't know how they was allowed to send it on TikTok. Because why is TikTok letting people send straight up porn? Someone please explain that to me. They sent me a picture of someone's behind and they had an apple in it, a green apple. TMI, that was disgusting. And then I was like, and TikTok allows them to send photos like that. I don't even know how they was able to slip through the cracks and send that, but they did.
Tophia is for the police state. I mean, do you want the algorithm also scanning everyone's DMs for what is said or sent? Like, no, that's the whole reason you have the ability to report people and block them. It's so there's at least some semblance of privacy. Tophia. Duh.
No, I'm not banned on TikTok. Why do you have to work your way up? You sound dumb. That's what society tells you. You're just as stupid as everyone else that follows the stupid ass laws.
Tophia, you're slow. Okay? You're let me take a step back, okay? Try not to be overly critical, but Tophia, like, what are we talking about, man? So the concept of working your way up is wrong, or dumb in your eyes. So what, is everyone supposed to just be chilling at the top? That's not how it works. The people that put in effort climb above others. It is what it is, man. And I'm not saying that people that are struggling don't put in any effort, but it's a mixture of putting in effort, planning, foresight. There's like a lot of things that go in to climbing up the ranks. And I wouldn't even say, like, we're not even talking about like being rich, like even to get to a point where you're making like $100,000 a year. You don't just luck into that. It's not just like an entry level thing. You have to put in work to develop a skill set or get that promotion to get there. No one's going to just hand it to you, Tophia.
Rich people don't gotta pay taxes, but you do. But yet you let dumb mother effers that don't even have no brain whatsoever, they're stupid as F and make more money than you, tell you that you have to work your way up a job. You are the dumbest person alive. You listen to stupid mother effers that literally have no common sense and no brain, that are making more money than you, and they're brainless. They're dumb.
So Tophia, if you're so smart and you game the system, you understand all this, why are you homeless? Just a question.
As fuck. And you listen to, man, I'm gonna shut the F up, because what you talk about? You got the stupidest person in office, sold people a $400 gold phone, only for them to be told they're not gonna receive it or a refund. He's out here scamming people out of $400. He scammed people for that Trump phone, and he's still running for office. This is the same man that told people to inject bleach into their skin to prevent COVID. And you're telling me that a stupid mother effort like that and all these stupid other brainless people are sitting in office telling me I need to work my way up? What happens when you work your way up to a job? You gotta work how many years before you work your way up to that job? And even if you work your way up there, you may not get up there. You can work hard and be a good model employee, and they still won't put you in that position. Miss me with that one. I'm not stupid. I'm not going to be going above and beyond for a company that won't even put me in that position. I go above and beyond for nothing. You go above and beyond for nothing. I'm not going to go above and beyond for nothing. Oh, work your way up. And then you're working your way, and they're like, oh, well, we don't think you're qualified for the job, making some stupid ass excuses. I don't need your stupid ass excuses. You could take your stupid ass job and shove it.
So what's the alternative, Tophia? Making TikToks and, scraping by on $20, $30 a month is, what's the alternative here? Like, you talk like you have all the answers, but where is, you feel like you're so much smarter than the system. Like, well, why aren't you living it up, man? Because I don't know, being stuck in a shelter with the curfew and then being scared to even leave the shelter because you're worried about your shit getting stolen. Sounds like that kind of sucks compared to, I don't know, just working a fucking job and having your own place. Shocker, I know.
I don't need to be bending backwards, bend it like Beckham, for a freaking job that doesn't even care that if I pass away, they're just going to replace me. Right?
Then
as soon as I pass away, they're going to put my job up and literally ask for applications. They're not going to be like condolences. They're not going to be like, they don't give a two-ish. My brother literally didn't have to work his way up to manager. Did you know that? He had never been a manager ever. And he got a manager's position. He was doing the manager's work at Jimmy John's. He never even worked as a manager.
Okay.
You see how stupid?
Okay, so why don't you just apply for some management positions then, Toph? Even your brother somehow became a manager with no managerial experience. So why don't you apply for some manager jobs, Toph? Or is that also beneath you? I'm sorry. Queen Toph has spoken.
Did you sound? Hey, you apply yourself to any job, you prove yourself, you don't have to work your way up. And even sometimes, use your common sense to stop thinking that you need to conform to society. Society tells you to get a better paying job, to make money, you need a piece of paper. You need to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to go get a degree, to get a piece of paper that shows that you're qualified. Why can't you just go get a book from Barnes & Noble, learn what you need to learn, the knowledge, and then go to that job and apply yourself and prove that you can work the job without having to get a degree?
Because why would the company why would they take the gamble on hiring someone that just read some books? Because anybody can just walk in and say they read some books, Tophia. And I'm sorry, based on my last job hunt, I hate these fucking long ass assessments. that all these jobs are doing nowadays, man. You got a 30-minute, 45-minute fucking assessment just to be told that they decided to go with another candidate. Yeah, fuck that. So, like, depending on the field, yes, having some type of credential that shows you've actually studied, that field or that industry and at least have a baseline knowledge. Yeah, it makes fucking sense. The real issue is that, we were sold the dream that everyone needs to go to college. So now the workplace is oversaturated with graduates and there's not enough jobs for every graduate. That's a sad reality. But yeah, what are you talking about, Toph? Let's just move on.
No, they need you to show a piece of paper. You're doing what society tells you because you're conforming to the man. You're a robot stuck to the system and you got no way out. You have to do what you're told because if you don't work your job, if you don't go to that job, you don't have a place to live, you don't have food, you don't have lights, you don't have electricity.
Exactly. So if without the job, you don't have a place to live, you don't have food, you don't have electricity. Tophia, it's almost like you're like so close to connecting the dots. It's like you literally just spelled out without the job that essentially leads to being destitute. But you just won't apply that to your own life, which is insane.
They make it harder for you to sit down and try to figure out how to become rich because there's only 1% of rich people. Haven't you ever thought, why is there 1% of rich people and there's so many poor people? Because they want to keep the poor poor and the rich rich. And the rich billionaires don't even have to pay as much taxes as you do. You're paying the taxes and they're getting off tax free. What about all these evangelists, right? And that's one thing I hate is evangelist Christians.
Goodness.
They live in mansions with 100 windows. You do not need a mansion with 100 windows talking about how you're trying to preach to the people, how you're trying to connect to them. You can't connect to me when you live in a mansion with 100 windows because you preach God. You don't have to pay no taxes. I thought the church wasn't supposed to make money, and those are false prophets because they're not supposed to make money off the word of God, but they do anyways.
Yep.
There's a few of them I don't like. Joel Osteen, Creflo Dollar. My dad used to make us watch Creflo Dollar talking about you don't need to be all flashy. You don't need to wear all this expensive jewelry. And then he comes out there with these flashy suits, expensive jewelry. And who do you think you're preaching to? Because you're not preaching to the choir. You're preaching to someone else. Close them doors. Lock them doors. Isn't that what he said? Not Creflo Dollar, but the other guy. Trying to say they needed to donate. And if everyone donated, he'd have at least 30,000. You crazy. And then Joel Osteen closing his doors in a flood and denying access to the people. And then I heard someone say, well, he closed it because it would have been dangerous. Nah, who cares? If God risked his life, he died on a cross for your sins.
What?
And you mean to tell...
Tophia, stop talking. Please stop bringing up religion when you obviously... You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. Like, this is a travesty.
Me, this guy, oh no, let's stop making excuses for him. He's a horrible human being. He's the worst kind. You cannot have some preacher stand up there and preach to me that lives in some mansion. You saw the skit that you...
Okay, then don't go to that church. Go to a different church. Like, fuck. Why are you telling us this? What do you want us to do? God, come on.
Drewski did. Drewski was not lying. Why do they gotta have all these pyrotechnics? You know what I don't understand? I don't love Legacy down. As a matter of fact, I take that back. I don't like Legacy at all. Legacy is a big mega church that does nothing for the people. Oh, we're giving back to the kids that go to this. That is BS. They put on this gigantic production all the time for Christmas. All this money when you got all these people out here in the homeless. Why don't you take that and help the homeless? What are you doing instead of preaching hatred? They got all these speakers up there. There was one speaker one time that I had to listen to because I had no choice. I had to go to Bible study on Wednesday, right? Talking about how he was going to take the rights away from gay people. And I couldn't say nothing but had to sit there and listen to that. I don't need to listen to that. How you are calling women stupid? First of all, the lady that is running for Democratic office, I don't remember what it was. It wasn't presidency, obviously.
We are just all over the place. I cannot keep up. Like, we are just... Dude, we're moving like a topic a minute, man. Goodness. Okay, I gotta lock in. I cannot keep up with her flow of thought. It is all over the place today.
But the elections had already passed. I think it was for governor or for mayor or something like that. I think it was Deb Haaland or the pastor Steve.
Yeah.
And I hate Steve with a passion. I don't even like that guy. I'm just gonna say I don't like Steve. I don't know why everybody is uplifting Steve.
But who the fuck is Steve?
something. He's like, they were up there, these grown men, talking down on women, calling them stupid, because a lot of these pastors believe that women can't preach, that there should not be women preachers allowed. I think that is stupid. Women could do whatever they want just as much as men can, and you sound stupid when you talk. I just hate that guy. I don't understand how these churches are so successful on being hateful. He had this one guy, none of these people relate to me. I don't care. I don't go to church. I started to try to go back to church, right? I don't go to Bible study.
Because you had to. Don't forget that caveat. It's because you had to.
To hear you talk about politics. And literally, politics should be separated from the church. What does God have anything to do with your ideology? Keep that over there, talking about how you're trying to tell women what to do with their bodies, but if your wife had a medical emergency and needed an abortion, you're going to tell her no? Because that's against you. Oh, they're trying to stop people. What is it? He was like, oh, they're trying to get rid of all the people in church, and basically we need to procreate and make more babies. You're literally, that is so disgusting to say that women are only on this earth to make babies for men. I'm not on this earth to make babies for nobody. Is that what they said, Tophia? I don't think that's what they said. Oh, you should make all the babies you can. If you can make babies, make as many babies as you can. That's disgusting behavior for a man to sit up there in a freaking church and tell women the only thing they're good for is making babies is weird. I was not put on this earth to only make babies. Crazy work. I would not make babies. With the way men act.
Trust me, Tophia, the world would prefer it that way. Please do not procreate. You are the last person that needs a child.
Shoot, that is weird. Well, you'd be surprised. And it's not only that. He's just hateful. Like that Legacy church. Legacy is really toxic, really hateful. You know what I mean? Where are they out at night? These kids should not be walking the streets at night. But I'm talking about Legacy. People don't have to talk about Legacy. I am, because I had to go to Bible study. And that's what annoyed me. And I had to go to Legacy. Sometimes I went. I just didn't like Legacy. You had a guy up there talking about how he's going to take the rights away. These mother effers will not stop talking about Charlie Kirk. Oh, I was there when Charlie Kirk died, and I'm so dead. Nobody cares. Did you know that the place that I was at, all the men there were saying how sad it was what happened to Charlie Kirk and that he died preaching the word of God? That's not what he died. And for you to sit there and literally defend a man that talks about how gun violence needs to happen is crazy. My brother died from gun violence. So I'm not going to defend anybody that sits there and says that gun violence needs to happen in order for people to uphold their Second Amendment, and then saying he was preaching, they're trying to take our guns away, trying to take nobody's guns away. If you go about it the right way, you can carry your guns. But it's getting guns into the hands of people that are mentally sick, the people that are not supposed to be getting guns, that are going out there and harming people. There was just another mass shooting at a library, and you want to tell me how that's safe? No one's trying to take your rights to carry.
Oh my goodness, like what is happening? Like, she has went through so many different topics in like the last 2 minutes. Like my brain is fried. Tophia, like at least stay on one thing for longer than 30 seconds, man, because we are just all over the place. Christ.
Carry a gun away. If you go about it the right way, then you don't gotta worry. And the person that said that had mental illness and went crazy. You definitely should not have a gun in your hands. Talking about you want to burn down buildings. Oh, I know how to make this concoction that when you throw it on people, they'll burn. Even if you put anything on them, they won't stop burning. What kind of statement is that to make to someone? Crazy mother effers, and they be talking about taking their rights away. Well, of course you should not have the rights. Especially if you have mental illness, you should not be carrying a gun at all. This was a whole thing.
Yeah, no shit.
But that's the stuff that I had to hear, that I was going to hell. It was wrong for me to be bi. That's why I couldn't talk about being bisexual, is because I was told that it was wrong. And the last person that was open and talking about being non-binary, they got the boot. That's why when I said, well, I can't really talk about that, I couldn't, because I was in a super religious place where I couldn't talk about that. They were like, oh, it's wrong. Oh, it's in the Bible. Oh, they're just defending the Bible. God does not hate everybody. And if you think God hates everyone, then you're judgmental. The same people that are talking about don't judge others are judging others.
Oh, goodness.
I walked into Legacy Church, and this guy literally gave me a disgusted look, and I'm like, I'm bisexual. Why does that bother people so much? You guys knew from the get-go that I support the LGBTQIA plus community. So when I came out as bisexual, I don't understand why 2,000 plus people unfollowed me. It literally made no...
Because it comes off as performative. That's why, Tophia. Like, come on. We don't care. No one cares. Christ.
Sense to me because it's after me coming out, I lost a lot of followers, and as you already knew what my page was, so why was you following me in the first place? I just recently figured that out about myself, and it's crazy.
Right.
The amount of stuff I heard of people saying, "No, that ain't even happened. You ain't even been hate crimes." I got told I was gonna go to hell a lot, that I needed to see my ways, and that being gay is a sin. Gay people, oh, they're pushing being gay onto other people. They're pushing their ideology. It is not Pride Month. It is Father's Month. That's what one of the speakers at Legacy said, that it's not Pride Month. It's about fathers, because absent fathers are the reason why people don't show up to church. No, so messed up. My father is sick. My father is out there with bipolar on substances.
Yeah.
And you're trying to tell me that it's not. Why are you even complaining? What does Pride Month have to do with you? Don't look at it, don't see it, and it won't bother you. You don't need to make a whole speech about how we're over. It's not Pride Month. It's Father's Month. And this church be weird AF.
That's weird.
I didn't rename it. That's what the speaker at Legacy said. He said it's not Pride Month. It's Father's Month, because I'm ending the live. And I don't know why. So I just exited out and then completely and redid it. But anyways, I was saying, Legacy is so hateful. There was literally a guy up there. And mind you, I already know where it was going. I know when some of these speakers...
Oh, like, we get it, Tophia. You don't like the church. You hate the church. Okay. Why do you feel the need to share this with us? Like, who asked? We already knew you didn't like it there. We get it. Like, what the fuck? Can you she just never can come on and just be a positive, likable person. We have to just talk so much shit, and it's like, I guess it's fine, vent your gripes, but we don't care. we don't care, man.
Speakers are going to go into talking about Charlie Kirk because they're like, he was a great man, and I was there when I saw him get unalived, and to hang out with him and talk. I'm like, whatever. And this guy had mentioned something about immigrants, which was horrible, and I was just sitting there at this church, and mind you, this was at Calvary, and I was just sitting there, and this guy said some horrible stuff, and this girl got up and was like, boo. And then they were like, they just told her to leave it. Well, she has a right to her opinions, just like that guy, right? Sitting up there saying how borders are a good thing and talking about immigrants. That's your opinion. But why don't, if that's the case, why don't you take your behind and leave the United States? Because white people are immigrants. If you really want to get into it, this is stolen land. This isn't even your land. And you feel the need to express your opinions on land that you stole because you were a colonizer.
Tophia, you literally was talking shit about Hispanic people and telling them they could go back to Mexico. You like, what? Such a hypocrite. Like, okay, I guess.
Your ancestors colonized this land, and you want to try to tell other people they can't be here on land that is not even yours? The entitlement of white people to think that they're entitled to everything. You pillaged, rummaged, and took what wasn't yours, and you tried to unalive a whole generation of people. And if you don't know, look it up. They tried to wipe out all the indigenous people by taking away some cattle, or it was some animal that they wiped out, that they live off of, that they tried. It was a thing. And I don't understand why these people give opinions on stuff when you're an immigrant, so you shouldn't even be talking. Because a lot of you white people came from Europe. You're not from here. So you don't have no rights to tell someone what land they shouldn't be on when this is their land. And there are indigenous people of Mexico too, so what are you talking about? This ain't your land. No, this isn't your land. You're a colonizer. Your ancestors colonized. And you're trying to tell people what, like...
Thanks for the history lesson, Toph.
Well, people do say this.
Goodness.
People do. But I'm not
ridiculous.
telling people, I'm not being a bigot, and I'm not being a Zionist, and I'm not telling people they don't belong here. These are white people that don't belong here. It would be different if it was another race, but a white person telling someone they don't belong here is weird, considering the fact I don't go to church to hear you be hateful. You're trying to preach hateful...
Well, I mean, you weren't going to church at all before you got stuck in that shelter. So, again, you only went to church because you were forced to.
Ideology while using the Bible. You're supposed to read directly from the Bible and nothing else. I don't want to hear you try to back up your hateful opinions by using the Bible. Jesus was an immigrant himself, and you are trying to preach against the own person that you're preaching
What?
for. Makes literal no sense considering Jesus was not even white. Read in the Bible what they describe Jesus. Jesus is not described as a white man, nor like you're preaching against everything that Jesus is about in the Bible. It literally makes no sense. You're twisting and misusing the Bible and then acting as if you're not a false prophet. Dude, that's scary. That scared me. It's a firework. Jesus Christ. My dad's not white, he's black. Like, you're preaching against everything that you're against. Like, you're preaching against everything that Jesus is, and it makes no sense. Jesus was an immigrant. Jesus is not white. And you're sitting here trying to preach his ideology, which you're trying to defend this Bible, which is so weird. That photo that they're using of Jesus, and I said this, and you can look this up. Look up Leonardo da Vinci's boyfriend and then come back. That's not a picture of Jesus. That's Leonardo da Vinci's boyfriend that he painted in his own image. Yes, Jesus was an immigrant. Look it up. They're using the Bible to preach against what is in the Bible, and it literally makes no sense. Jesus was an immigrant. Anybody will tell you that. Yes, it does say in the Bible how Jesus looked. It says Jesus had hair of wool. Jesus was dark-skinned. He was not white. And if you look it up, it describes exactly what Jesus looked like. It said Jesus had hair of wool. Duh. I don't got to read this to you, and I don't even know the Bible, and I know that. Agnostic is someone that believes in something, and it doesn't mean they don't completely believe in something. That's an atheist. Don't believe in anything. I ain't hit nobody nowhere. As a matter of fact, I don't even need a response to that. I'll just block you. When the phone expires, well, I have money to pay my phone bill. So let's talk about when you're going to worry about yourself instead of worrying about me. When are you going to SDF you? Like, so you guys need to just seriously be quiet. Ain't nobody asking for your input. My phone's not going to expire because I'm going to pay it. Atheists don't believe in anything. An agnostic believes in something. Atheists believe in nothing, not even Jesus.
I'm like, Tophia, shut up. Like, what are we talking about? And I'm sorry, like, I'm sorry I don't have a lot of commentary for this because, A, these are all sensitive and divisive topics. I'm not digging into any of this shit. And Tophia, I feel like she's just rage baiting us today. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is going on, man.
And atheists don't even, like, people believe in the devil. No, that is like, do you call those devil worshippers? I forget what they're called. They're not
Satanists.
Not satanic. Well, it is satanic, but sometimes even those people don't even believe in that for the reasons people think. Well, you're not Satanist. Yes, they're not even evil sometimes, but people believe that. Anyways, but yeah, uneducated. Agnostic is believing that it's possible to. No, agnostics believe in something that they believe in a spirit, but they don't believe in God. They believe in something, but not specifically in God. They believe that there is something, but they don't believe that it's God. Hello.
Tophia, can we, like, I would much rather us just talk about Crush Chew or something. At this point, can we get off of all this religious banter? Like, because it's like, it's Tophia. I don't care about her opinion about anything. Like, I just don't care.
Believe something, but you don't believe that. You don't name it. I don't want to benefit from the system. What are you contributing to the system? Because working is not contributing to the system. That is literally conforming to the system. You're conforming. You know what conformity is in conforming? You conform to a system that doesn't benefit you. Why would you want someone to work to not be able to afford to live? I'm not.
Then, Tophia, how are all of us that do work and have our own shit, how are we living? How are we doing that if the majority of us just have regular fucking jobs? Not everyone has a small business. Not everyone is a CEO. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm not going to go to work, so I can't afford to live. I would have to have more than one job to afford to live. I have to pay my car insurance. I would have to buy a car to get to work. And then I would have to pay to put gas in the car. Gas prices are so high. And then I have to pay electricity. I have to pay utilities because some places don't have all utilities paid. On top of that, you got to make 3 times the rent. So you ain't making all of that with just one job. You have to work 2. Ain't no way that.
Tophia, the mass majority of people are doing exactly what you just described. And we're getting by just fine. What are you talking about? Like, does she think that every single person that's like has a house or is in an apartment is like a business owner? Like, Tophia, how do you think the majority of people have their own shit. It's just from fucking working, man. It's really just that simple. But you're lazy. You just refuse to accept that a job would literally solve like 90% of your problems.
I'm working myself to death to work 2 jobs. You must be out of your mind. You know that people make $10,000 posting one video? They get offered $30,000 for one video, and you think...
And you're not one of them. So what is the point? Yeah, like, how are you going to give that example when, let's say her Temu shit, right? That was $3,000 for like 2-3 videos over the course of like literally like 8-9 months. Like, it's been for forever. Tophia was talking about the Temu ad back in like, I think it was like around like Halloween, like last October. That's how long it took her to get all 3 of these measly $800 payments. Like, come on, man. You cannot be this dense.
Think I'm gonna sit here and work to live in the streets, to live out of the car, or to live in a shelter while having to go to work? Ain't no way I'm going to a homeless shelter and get up every day and go to work and then have to go sleep back at a homeless shelter because I can't afford to live. How am I living off of you? Yeah, you probably pay for my healthcare pays for the places I'm at through my healthcare.
What healthcare? You don't have healthcare. You're homeless. You don't have a healthcare plan. The fuck are you talking about?
Being an adult is doing what you want to do and not having someone choose for you. You're not my parent, so you don't get to sit here and tell me what I need to do.
And yes, so in Tophia's mind, being an adult, because based on what she just said, is doing what you want to do and not being told what to do. So in Tophia's mind, being an adult is literally rotting away in a shelter, doom scrolling for 16 hours a day and making thirst traps. Am I hitting the nail on the head or not? Like, what the fuck?
That is weird behavior. Oh, that's called being an adult. If I choose what I want to do, which is social media, then why does that bother you so much? And maybe I'm not.
Tophia, it doesn't bother us. I'm going to talk a lot because I feel like I just kind of breezed through the first half of this live because it's like, I ain't got shit to say about none of the stuff she was talking about. So I'm going to get some talking so we can get some time in together tonight, y'all. I got y'all. So Tophia, like, the whole thing is you like, okay, if you want to do social media, that's fine. We don't care. No one cares, because at the end of the day, the only person that's affected by your decision to work or not work is you. The problem becomes when you are constantly coming online and grifting and dry bagging us for our money while talking down on working a 9-to-5 job. So it's like, okay, well, if 9-to-5 jobs are so bad and they're stupid and you don't want to be a slave to the system, okay, cool. Well, then don't set up a GoFundMe to ask people who work 9-to-5s for their fucking money. It's really just that simple, Toph. But you can't do that, right? Because then that would mean you would actually have to put in more effort into your so-called career of social media, which, by the way, there's something I wanted to point out. I think it was her last live. She said, and I quote, if you do social media just for money, then you're not a real content creator. But in that same live, she turned around and said, oh, I'm not posting any 1-minute videos if I'm not getting paid. That's why I'm not posting. So as I have said from the very beginning, back when I first started this channel, Tophia does not give a fuck about making content or social media. It is just an easy, lazy ass way for her to make some money. And it worked out in her favor, from her mid to late 20s when she could depend on Papachu and Brotherchu to pay the majority of the bills. Because if the rent's paid by someone else, and, I'm sure, Mama Chu had her EBT card, Brother Chu was probably chipping in. All the main bills were taken care of. So that little $1,000 a month that Tophia was making on social media, that was enough because she could just spend it on whatever the fuck she wanted. But she's just too dumb to realize, like, dude, like $1,000 a month is not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it, Toph. Even if you were to somehow to get back in the creator program, yeah, they brought subscriptions back. If you are only clearing $1,000 a month, then you're still going to be in the same situation.
Not making enough money, but who gives a fuck? Why is that your concern whether I'm making enough money or not? It's none of your business how much money I'm making from social media.
Not enough.
Doesn't matter how much money I'm making from social media. I'm not getting a job. So maybe worry about yourself instead of worrying about me. I have a job already. If I don't want to work a 9-to-5 job, then so be it. No, you don't get help when you have.
You're not even doing the job, Tophia. Like literally right now, Tophia is not doing anything on social media that will get her paid. Literally nothing. I mean, I don't know. I don't follow her Facebook or whatever, but you know, she might still be posting on Facebook and Instagram. But dude, we $11 a month, man. Like, come on, Toph. Like, can you really call that a job? Is that what you want to live off of until you get back into the TikTok creator program? You're ridiculous, man. Okay, so just stay broke. Like, at the end of the day, stay broke then. Don't come bitching to us that you're not making enough money and that you're stuck in the shelter. Because if you're not going to do anything to change your situation, then shut the fuck up.
Have a job. Actually, you lose a lot of benefits. People that get disability, they can only make up to a certain amount. My dad got disability, so he couldn't make up to a certain amount. So people, and I don't get food stamps.
You're dumb. You're literally stupid. You've already told us that Tophiachu literally made like right around $1,000. I think it was like $1,200 on disability. If you are able to work with your disability, it would be much wiser to get a job than try and coast off of $1,200 a month the rest of your life. Even at a shitty job, you could probably be bringing in at least $2,000 after taxes. Like, we're talking almost double. Like, what sense does it make to settle for the scraps that they give you on disability if you can actually work? Fucking ridiculous, man.
But people that get food stamps, if my mom was working, she wouldn't get food stamps. You would only get about $30 a month in food stamps, depending on how much you make, which the minimum wage, with the minimum wage right now, the way it is, you only get $30 in food stamps. Benefits, housing, you wouldn't qualify for housing because you make enough to afford to live, which you can't even afford to live. And yes, there are some programs that only allow you to pay 30% of your income, which is great, right? In a sense. In a perfect world, that's great. But then you got all these other bills because some places aren't all utilities paid. Then you got to put gas in your car. Then you got to pay for the insurance in your car. Ain't nobody walking around in 97-degree heat, going by bus to go to work to just get sick. I get very sick in the heat. There's no way I'm taking a...
Tophia, stop fucking lying. Stop lying. Dude, Tophia was out and about everywhere last year. When she was before she went to the Christian shelter, dude, Tophia was outside all the time. She was streaming outside for hours at a time. What are you talking about? You are literally just add another excuse to the battle pass. Let's move on.
A bus to my job and say, hey, you could just save on gas because transportation is free. No, because I would have to take a car in the AC and not pass out trying to get to work. Ain't no way that I'm risking my life to go work for a job that isn't paying me a living wage. While
Tophia, if you cannot literally, if you consider walking to the bus stop and catching a ride, risking your life, then you are in terrible shape. You are in terrible shape, ma'am. Like, I've never heard someone be like, I don't want to risk my life walking to the bus stop because of the heat. Get the fuck out of here, man.
While the CEO kicks his feet up on a desk and makes more money than me. And who cares if they're making more money than me? I hate when people make this argument when I bring up a problematic content creator or an influencer.
Oh, here we
they're
go.
like, well, at
Here we
least they're
go.
making money. They're making more money than you. I could give two fucks who makes more money than me.
You do care, because Tophia does not cuss very often, and she's really riled up tonight. I don't know. I don't know what her deal is tonight, but Tophia, I'm sure y'all have noticed, she doesn't usually cuss. But I feel like the F-bombs, they're going to just start flying. I think the rest of this live, from what I've seen.
You are allowing racist people to make millions of dollars, and you're sitting here trying to combat and call out someone for being racist while defending someone who's racist, while defending someone who's very problematic and actually is a racist.
Just because we say someone makes more money than you doesn't mean we're defending them. There's two things can be true at the same time, Tophia.
Doesn't make sense. So you're a hypocrite. You're for racism. You can't call out racism and be for racism. You have to pick one side or the other. You're flip-flopping. You're teeter-totting. You teeter-totter to one side when it benefits you, and then you teeter-totter to the other. So when you don't want someone to hate you, you're going to go against racism. And then when you want to defend someone, you're going to defend racism because it's benefiting you. You don't know what you think. You don't stand 10 toes down. If you stood 10 toes down on what you thought, you wouldn't be doing this. How does
This is the same, remember guys, this is the same woman that was, she was supporting Palestine and then flip-flopped on that because, and I quote, they voted for Trump. Just let that soak into your mind for a second. Oh my goodness, Toph, get out of here.
does that work? People was here defending Leslie and defending Nova and all of this stuff and saying, oh, you're just like Chris Chan. I didn't sleep with my mom. I haven't done any of that. You compare me to very horrible human beings just because I'm problematic. I've never done any of those things that people have done. So why are you comparing me to a problematic person that...
Yeah, I mean, you're not a degenerate. You're not a degenerate. And that's one thing I've always said is I will, at least to Toph's credit, she's not in the same realm as, say, like Cyrax, Chris Chan. There's a lot of deplorable, degenerate PDF lolcows. Jupiter the Hybrid, another example. She's not quite in that realm, but Tophia, that just because you're not a predator doesn't mean you're not a terrible person. You're still a terrible fucking person. And yes, we are going to criticize and hold that over your head. Oh well.
That has done worse than what I have done. And people have literally made videos telling you all this. You're using my situation, making up things as an excuse to bully someone. You get off on the fact that you make people homeless. It's enjoyment for you to see someone.
How we make you homeless, Toph? How?
In distress. And it is very weird to me. And then you go to sleep every night. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna wake up the next day and do it again. It's a normal thing. It's true. Yes, you do need an excuse, because if that's the case, then just say, hey, I'm a bully. Well, if you don't need an excuse, then
I'm a bully. Now what?
Then say you're a bully. Say it. Put in the comments, I'm a bully, if you're not afraid and you don't need an excuse. Say the real reason why you're doing what you do.
And mind you, this is a 32-year-old woman saying she's getting bullied. Like, grow up. You're not getting fucking bullied. You're getting criticism based on your actions and the things that you have said. Simple as that.
You're not bullying and harassing someone because they don't have a job. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm not bullying and harassing people in the streets because they don't have a job. Or else I wouldn't even go out there and bully and harass homeless people. That makes no sense. Exactly. Who said that I'm taking it out on anyone? What am I taking it out on?
You are.
You sound like one of those parents that tells their child that singing isn't a real job. No one gives a fuck what you think a real job is. I
mean, well, like Tophia, like it's such a dumb comparison, because it's not that singing is not a real job, or it's not that like social media. It's not that social media is it's not a practical job. The likelihood of you succeeding to a degree that's actually sustainable, where you're making a living wage, is unlikely for the majority of people. Just like Look, I'm black. I'll say it. A lot of motherfuckers want to be a rapper. Guess what? Not everybody can be a fucking rapper. Okay. It's the same thing. Like, yes, if that's what you're really passionate about, chase it. Go for it. No one's telling you to not go for your dream, but refusing to do anything else to maintain your living in the meantime is stupid and asinine. It's so dumb for you to sit here and lecture us, all these people in your audience, that a lot of these people own their own homes. If they don't own homes, they got their own apartments, they got their own cars, paid or financed, whatever, but they're working regular fucking jobs and their life is in order and stable. And then you have the unmitigated gall to come on here and call us dumb for working 9-to-5s because there's no way you can make it working. Like, then how is 80-90% of Americans getting by, Toph? You literally said 1% of people are rich, which is like, you're talking about like the excessively ultra wealthy. Okay. There's a lot of rich people, percentage wise, that are making, let's just say like over $500,000 a year. Okay. There's a decent size percentage making that. And it ain't a crazy amount. It ain't the majority, but there's a lot of people that are well off. Let's just say. How do you think the other 95% of us are getting by? Because remember, I literally looked up the stat. It's like less than 1% of the US's population is homeless. Tophia, hello. You do you think every single person, all the rest of us have small businesses or like a drop shipping career on the side? Like, no. We just get off of our asses and go to work, man. Take notes.
If you have to pay your own taxes, and when you work social media and it's self-employed, that is literally a job when you have to pay your own taxes.
Shut up, because you literally have told us on multiple occasions that you don't even make enough money to pay taxes. So no, you're like... And what makes it crazy, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure, I think somebody can tell me in the comments, but I'm pretty sure it's like if you make under, I think it's like $10,000, you don't pay taxes. So like, just let that sink in. This is a grown ass 32-year-old woman that is making under 10K, maybe 15K. I'm not 100% sure, but she's making such little money. She doesn't even have to pay income tax. Get the fuck out of here. You are not in a position to give anyone any type of financial advice, Tophia. Please shut up.
So why are you sitting here trying to tell me what is or isn't a job? I don't give a fuck what you think a job is. I have a job, and you're not going to tell me that this isn't a job otherwise. You can scream from the rooftops. You can keep coming in my life and tell me to get a job. I don't give a fuck. And when you realize, and I don't know how many times I have to tell you, I don't give a fuck, for you to understand, I don't give a fuck. You could keep saying get a job all you want. I just won't give a fuck.
I will.
I could give two shits what you think. I don't fucking care. It's not that fucking deep. Get over it. It's not that fucking serious for you to be sitting here saying get a job. Get a fucking life. My fucking Christ, go talk to a fucking therapist, dude. If you are that upset at the fact that I don't have a job, you need a fucking reality check, because you got no life.
Again, Tophia, nobody's mad. We're not mad that you don't have a job, girl. If anything, it's disappointing to see someone at your age, because like you're 32, you're essentially like, these are like your prime years. You're in the prime of your life. And you are literally doing absolutely nothing. Nothing at all, because you are stuck on stupid about making money on social media when you yourself have told us, like, even your best month is comparable to just a normal fucking job. The $3,000 a month that she made last January, not this January that just passed, last year, January, $3,000 was your best month. A lot of people bring that home every month. Why? Because they have a job. Like, what are we doing?
You're miserable as fuck. You really are. What does being homeless have anything to do with not having a job? Are you fucking stupid?
Everything.
I can complain about whatever I want. This is my life. You can't complain. You bring up job, I'm just gonna block you. Then you'll really have to shut the fuck up. If you...
She's... Job is now a bannable offense. If you say the word job, you're getting banned. That is crazy, Tophia. Oh, I mean, what if someone wants to ask you questions about your job? You know, your social media job. How's that going, by the way? How much money are you on track to earn this month? Will it be a little bit more than $11? I sure hope so.
You want to come in here and complain, that's on you. You don't have to come in here and complain. Just block somebody and shut the fuck up. And then you won't have to keep complaining every day. That could help you. You don't get to come in here and tell me what I can and cannot complain about. Homelessness should not be a fucking thing. And I am going to...
No, because again, it's the internet and freedom of speech. So like, hey, this is a public forum. I can come in here and say whatever the fuck I want to say. And no, you don't have the right to complain about being homeless because again, you want to live outside the system and outside the box. You don't want to, because essentially what you're saying is everything in my life should just be free. Homelessness shouldn't be a thing. And I agree, it shouldn't be a thing because there's more than enough resources for everyone to sing Kumbaya and get the fuck along. But we live in a shitty system where all the money goes to the top. Absolutely. I can say that with confidence. Okay. But if you're not going to do anything to help yourself, then I don't give a fuck about your opinion. I don't care. Because again, like I've said it many times, like a lot of the stuff that Tophia says about the system is actually correct. But you still got to play ball. You still got to play ball or else you end up destitute. Tophia is an example of someone that does not want to conform whatsoever. And yeah, okay, you don't want to work a job. You want to live in this idealistic headspace where no one should be homeless. Everything should be handed to me. I was a victim of a violent crime. Okay, well, reality is they're shitting in your Wheaties, so to speak, because nothing is going your way. Literally, not one thing that Tophia has said is going to happen has happened. Like nothing at all. And I'm talking about like we can go back. She said she was going to sue all these people for defamation. She said she was going to sue she said she was going to sue the first shelter for kicking her out. And she was so smug. Oh, thanks guys. Y'all just helped me secure all the millions I need to get my house. With a big ass smirk. And now look at you. You're on your fourth shelter. Still broke as hell. And you're not on the housing wait list anymore. Things have only gotten progressively worse. Due to Tophia's manifestation.
Say it because rich people love to hoard all the money in the world and it don't help no fucking body because Elon Musk is not taking the $1 trillion with him to his motherfucking grave. Elon Musk is not taking all that fucking money with him to the grave. What the fuck is he doing with it? There is no reason why a big ass bigot should have 1 million motherfucking dollars or not even $1 million, $1 trillion. You're gonna try to tell me what I need to talk about. I can talk about whatever I want. It's not your life. Your name is not Tophiachu. I'm the shit. This is my life. This is my
Tophia. No, you are not the shit. You are shit. Okay. You're not the shit. You're just shit. You know, I don't know if you know the difference between, the and just being. It's a major difference because to imply that you are the shit, that's a noun. That means like you're implying that you are really like that chick. You're really just on top of shit. Everything is going your way. No. You're literally the opposite of that. You're just shit. The adjective. Like nothing has gone favorably for you since I've been covering you. Your life is progressively getting worse and worse, and it has been for years. That's like the mind-boggling part for all of us Tophia enjoyers, I'll say, at least in my opinion, is watching someone just continue to spiral downward and then still refusing to do anything to try and rectify it. It's honestly amazing. And that's why I keep coming back.
My shit. Don't nobody come here to see you, Otis. Thank you. Nobody coming to see you. I'm the entertainment. You just shut the fuck up and listen. And if you don't want to shut the fuck up and listen, then I can help you. I can show you, since you're too stupid to even learn how to block someone if you don't like what someone's doing. And then
Block
you think
party.
telling someone to get a job is going to antagonize them to block you.
I mean, it's obviously antagonizing you because you're literally lashing out at people for simply telling you to get a job. But okay.
I'm not going to block you because you say get a job. I'm going to let your stupid ass keep commenting that, because that shows you got no life. You got nothing better to do than to tell someone to get a job. Get up and get a fucking another job if it bothers you much, because you ain't working enough. If you was working enough, you wouldn't be worried about me. I am hot shit. When people look at you and say, oh, you a flop. You're a flop, been on. Until you have a video that hits 50 million views, you can't say shit to me. And mind you, I was surprised that video hit 53 million views.
Again, Tophia's ego is literally just based around numbers on a screen. Yes, Tophia, you know what? It is impressive that you got 53 million views on whatever video you're talking about. It is impressive that you were able to gain over 400,000 followers on TikTok. But what has all of that translated to in terms of like your quality of life? Absolutely nothing. So you're not hot shit. You don't get to talk high and mighty when you are literally at the very bottom of the pecking order right now. You are flat broke. Tophia probably literally has less than like $10-$20 in her account. Flat broke, living in a shelter with a shitty phone that can barely stay charged or is constantly overheating. You have nothing. You literally have nothing. And then on top of all of that, the cherry and whipped cream on top is you have a shitty ass attitude to match. Crazy work.
And I'm not bragging, by no means necessary. When I post a video, I don't care about views. But for you to sit here and say I ain't something, I am something. Because you come in this live stream to watch me every fucking day like clockwork. And you
Yeah, you're right. You are something. A disappointment. But go ahead.
want to sit here and talk about how, oh, you're not entertaining. You're not that. You come to hear me speak. I don't come to hear you speak or no fucking buddy. You come in here to hear me say what I have to say. Okay? I am somebody. Because if I were somebody, you wouldn't be as so concerned as you are. Well, if you don't come here to hear me speak, then leave. Then why are you here? Just to stare at a screen and look stupid? I don't go into a live stream and just stare at a screen. If I'm watching a live stream, it's because that person is entertaining, not because I'm sitting there looking stupid. Reason why you're here. And if you say you're here to hate, then that's just stupid. Ain't no way I'm gonna sit in a live stream for hours to hate somebody and waste my life. I've only got one life to live, if I live to 100. And I'm not wasting my time that I could be out good time. I could be on a beach somewheres, right? I could be somewheres rocking out to music, jamming out. I'm not gonna sit on a live stream for hours and hate on somebody and have no life.
No, Tophia, you cannot be on a beach jamming out and rocking out for hours because you have to watch your stuff at the shelter, remember? Exactly.
Talking about I got a life. Okay, if you had something better to do, then you would be out there enjoying life. Why are you wasting your time enjoying life on somebody you don't like? You could be traveling the world. You could be seeing all what is it, the 7 wonders of the world, but yet you choose to be here and be a hater. If you wasn't here for me, no matter how you try.
This is coming from someone that has never even left their state. Shut the fuck up, man. You literally haven't done anything your entire life. And you spent your 20s essentially being a shut-in. You never partied, you never hung out with friends and did shit in your adult years. You have like zero life experience essentially. I think I said it. I think I said it a few videos ago. Level 32, but still chilling in the newbie area. She's fucking ridiculous, man.
Try to say you're a fan. You come every day to hate me, then you're a fan. That's fan behavior. whether you want to paint it not as that, it is. No
It's
matter how
not.
you try to say it, whichever way, it still is, no matter what you try to say. Because you don't like it, the truth hurts. So, yeah. Well, I could. Actually, I could all of that and not have to pay money. You guys don't understand. Like, if I was about that life, I could literally just find some man to pay all my way for me. I could take free trips around the world.
Girl. Oh, Tophia, come on, man. We're not doing this today, okay? Because I really try to stay away from just ragging on you about your looks, because that's just low hanging fruit. Like, let's be real. But no, Tophia, you could not. Like, you're just not. You're not the caliber, okay? You're not that caliber of woman. I'm sorry.
I could have already been had money. I could sit pretty and have someone else pay all of my bills for me and not have to lift a single finger. Okay?
Like Miguel.
Anyways, I don't want to do that. See, I don't want to do that. If I just don't, I'm not one of those people. I've had people offer to pay my bills, but I don't do things like that. Like, yeah, you don't technically have to do things, but like, they're like, oh, do you exchange content? You know what type of, or exchange photos and I'll pay your bills. Like, no, I don't do any of that. And it's weird. Like, that's why I don't even check messages, because people be sending unsolicited stuff. It's so gross. They're like, oh my God, I touched myself. Ask people online. I'm talking about people online. They are really weird. Like, some guy sent me his video and I'm like, what the heck? Like, this is why I don't look at my things. It's just like, is what the male mind is. Like, all men think about is sex. I get it. Like, you know,
Here we
I'm not
fucking go with
complaining there's
this
money to
again.
own, but like, I'm trying to get a place to live. You know, these messages, they be freaky messages, and I'm like, bruh. And to be honest, people are gonna probably say nobody's sending you that. I don't need to be sharing other people's stuff. It's just gross. Like, there was this guy on Facebook started sending me, and he's from another country, mind you. He just started sending me pictures of, sorry, I had to check. Yeah, but that's a 1-bedroom. It's my mom. And we got 3 bedrooms worth of stuff in our apartment.
Well, bruh. You don't need 3 bedrooms worth of shit now, do you? Because if you have all 3 bedrooms worth of shit, that means you still have all the bullshit that was in like Tophiachu's room/office. You know, get rid of all that shit. I've said it so many times. Like, one of the first things that Tophia should have done was sell off a bunch of the shit that they're not going to use, because she's already made the decision. Tophiachu is not welcomed if they ever do get housing. He's not welcome there. So why keep his shit? Get rid of all his shit. Brother Chew stuff, okay. Keep a few mementos, you know, maybe a couple of his favorite t-shirts, little things to remember him by. Get rid of all this shit, Tophia. You don't need a $250 a month shelter. As a homeless person, that's literally insane. But this is the woman that swears she's so financially smart and ahead of the curve. Sure.
And if we was to get a 1-bedroom, which I would need a 2-bedroom, it would look like hoarders, and then they would not allow us to have all of that stuff in a 1-bedroom, considering the fact that some places are real picky. We got a whole bunch of stuff in storage that I'm not even getting rid of. A lot of that stuff is my dad's stuff. A lot of that stuff is my brother's stuff.
You don't need to keep it. So are you saying, because it almost sounds like, I think she said they need a 2-bedroom, which dude, you're homeless. I would settle for a 1-bedroom. Fuck it, man. Sleep in the living room. Like, what are we talking about? It's not like you're not going to have people over. You're like, oh, it's just frustrating. She's so dumb. Come on. She's not willing to make any type of sacrifice to get ahead. It's just ridiculous. And then you're going to keep all this shit so your house can look nasty and junky like it did before y'all got evicted. Just stupid.
Yeah, you know, it is going to need to be telling someone what they need to do. So how about you just worry about yourself and don't worry about me? I'm not going to live in a 1-bedroom. I want a 2-bedroom, and that's what I'm going to get. So don't tell me what I need to get. And no, there is no 1-bedroom for $500. And actually, for a few hundred more dollars, we were paying for a 3-bedroom. So how are you paying $500? We were paying $810 for a 3-bedroom. Before when management took over, they did rent, but we had already been paying that. So that's why our rent didn't get changed, because we were already paying that. So you must be doing something wrong if you're paying $500 for a couple hundred more bucks. We was paying for a 3-bedroom.
A, who the fuck is we? Because we know that you weren't paying any of the rent, so stop that. And B, you literally just explained the reason why y'all were only paying $800 a month. is because y'all were already tenants that had been there probably for, a good amount of years. And of course, y'all's ass couldn't afford the raises that they wanted to do. Well, guess what? A lot of landlords, they'd rather keep a paying tenant than just jack up the rent on them to try to find someone new to take your spot. So they said, fuck it, we'll make an exception. Okay, but to turn around and say now, especially in this economy, as she always talks about, like, oh, well, you're dumb if you're paying $500 for a 1-bedroom for a couple hundred more. Like, no, y'all wouldn't have even been able, y'all could have got kicked out right then and there if they was like, well, sorry, like either you're going to pay the new rent or you're moving out. Like, what are you talking about? It's fucking stupid.
Work smarter, not harder. But anyways,
wow.
I don't have an issue, right? And
oh my goodness, come on.
This assumption, I make lip sync videos. I'm not in heat. I'm not any of that. I'm not out here trying to think about having sex with people. Sometimes you're at that point where I'm not like that.
Please shut up.
I do want to have a relationship with someone, but I'm not out here. And it happens. But I don't understand. And I'm not one of those people that they can't talk about sex, or they're so religious that they say sex is bad. And, oh, that's not, you have to be married first before you can have sex. No. If the time is right with someone, then yes. But why do men think it's okay just to send unsolicited? I didn't even ask.
Who? Tophia, stop generalizing us. Like, you sound fucking dumb. It's not something that all men fucking do. Christ.
For that. And this dude on Facebook and this other dude was just he just started sending me straight up videos. And I know why he was sending that. He was sending that to insinuate the fact that that's what he was just trying to say. He was just trying to put that in my head. That's what he wants to do to me.
No shit, Tophia. Like, we know. You don't need to explain this to us. Why are you even just block them and move on? Like, a lot of women get unsolicited. They don't go on live and talk about them for 5-10 minutes at a time. It's weird. We know there's weirdos out there that send that shit. Block them, move the fuck on. You don't need to tell us about it. We don't care.
That's stupid. I don't even know you live in a whole other country. And to be honest with you, for me, I've been sexualized for most of my life.
Here we fucking
When I was 10, man. I was sexualized when I was little. When I got older as a teen, because I developed faster than other girls. I had big breasts when I was 10. And I have a big butt, so it's special.
But it's shaped a little funny.
When I was out somewhere in the shirts I would wear, the men wouldn't look, they say eyes up here. That's what it was like. And especially because I would encounter men and all they would do is say, hey, do you want to go back and sleep with me? And even when I was younger, I was 16 years old. And this guy, like I said, his account got taken down on Facebook. But he said, this is what I want you to do to me. This older man sending me straight up porn videos on Facebook.
Weird.
This predator. And I never told my mom that. I just kept it to myself because we went to go report his account and it got taken down. So I was like, oh, well, he's gone. I don't need to really say anything. And then when I was 15, my friend's brother, and I thought I would never eat hot dogs again. And I'm going to tell you what happened. My friend's brother, we were downstairs and we were watching Hannah Montana. He takes over the TV. He puts on, it was like an episode of Howard Stern. And I remember this. It was disgusting. They were doing stuff with hot dogs. And then this girl, it was a giant, we're adults in here, so we know PG-13. She was on this giant vibrator thing, and then they were running around just smelling the pad or something. Men, I don't know. Well, it's Howard Stern, so obviously he's a perv. He's a pervert. He's the biggest radio pervert ever. That's why they try to take his radio station.
Like, dude, what is this story? Like, what are you, like, why? Why are you telling us all this weird shit, man? I don't care. I don't want to hear this. Jesus.
Station down. That movie, Private Parts, about him, which I should have watched that when I was younger, but I did. Okay. Anyways, they tried to take him off the air because he was so raunchy. They didn't want anything like that on the air. When I was 15 years old, I was forced to watch that. I didn't have a choice. It was late at night. It was 1, 2 a.m. And then he said her mom didn't like me at the time, so she would have blamed me and sent me home. And I can't be walking home at 1 or 2 a.m. My parents would have literally, that would have not been good. So I didn't say anything. I just tried to go to sleep, but when you hear things, it's hard not to, and then his response was literally, your brother showed me this. My brother's in elementary school. He's not showing anybody porn. This does not make sense. You're telling me a kid that is younger than you. Mind you, my friend's brother was in middle school. We were both in middle school. That's just weird. because I was sexualized as a child. People said gross, disgusting things to me. People are gross. I've the men that are always like, can you help me find my dog? There was one guy like that. We were getting ready to go to the grocery store. My mom said, wait right here.
Oh
my
my
brother.
goodness.
And
here we go. Like, fucking stories from like 20 years ago, Tophia. We don't care. Fucking move on. Shut up.
this guy comes up, and that's how they take kids. They kidnap kids, whatever. And he tried to kidnap us, and he was like, oh, he goes, can you help me find my dog? I lost my dog. And I said, no, I'm sorry. I'm waiting for my mom. I was smart enough. I didn't know to go. I knew not to go with anyone like that. And so I told my mom, she was like, it's a good thing you didn't go with him. Even at that age, I was smart enough to know. But when it came to me being essayed when I was 10, I was just afraid of getting in trouble. That's why I didn't
I fucking knew she was going to bring this bullshit up, man. Go ahead.
say anything. And it sucks being like, I couldn't even be at a bus stop without some guy trying to hit on me or ask me if I need a ride or anything like that. Men don't even know how to talk to women anymore. It's so crazy. The guy, I had just gotten out that very day when I tried to take my life. And this guy is saying I look like a girl that he used to fuck. What the heck? He's like, you look like a girl I used to fuck. And then that's why he was trying to get with me. Can you go with me to the movies? Do you want to go with me to the movies and be my +1? Then he starts following me on the bus. He got on the bus real quick when I got on and starts following me. And then there was this other guy too that started following me and was whistling and trying to act like he wasn't following me when he was. It's just weird. Men don't know how to talk to women.
Are you sure, Tophia? I mean, is this like the same thing where you almost got kidnapped by some guy that was like trying to take his seatbelt off at a red light? Is this another one of those type of stories? Okay.
They don't know how to treat women, and then people wonder why some people are single, right? In a sense, like, I used to be single. I don't want to, like, it's just too much. You can't even say no, and you either get unalived or harmed for even just rejecting a man. And then they turn violent because you rejected them, because they were taught to not take no by an answer, or no for an answer, and that if they consistently be persistent, eventually they will get what they want by being persistent. If they keep pursuing a woman that told them no, eventually she's gonna say yes. Well, the 10% battery came up. Why do they think a woman's gonna say yes if they continuously keep pursuing them? So the guy will leave them alone and stop asking. Hello, it's not because you were persistent. It's because you pushed her to the point where she got so bugged that she just said, yes, I'll go on a date with you, even though she didn't really want to. Some women don't want to hurt men's feelings. Men don't know how to take no for an answer without harming a woman. Oh, and especially if I was a lesbian and I wasn't bi, there's these men that's like, if you have one night with me, you'll just see why you want to be with a man and not with a woman. That is weird behavior coming from you. You just already proved why women choose the bear over the man. It's just so weird. Men don't know how to treat women, and it's disgusting. Yes, I am somewhere states, but
and mind you, all these stories that she be telling, a man has never actually assaulted her like the woman that she was attracted to. I find that interesting, Toph, but go ahead.
But to be honest, I don't know why people want to call themselves a pervert. I'm not even gonna. I get it. Men have their mind. Sex is on their mind all the time. Hey, probably for women too sometimes. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to talk about sex, but I don't really know.
I mean, are you sure? Because you just went on like an anti-men spiel for like the last 5 minutes, but okay.
I'm not when I make lip sync videos, I'm not in heat. I'm not trying to have sex. I'm not trying to any of that. What I do in my personal time is my personal time, and I don't understand why people trying to be in my personal time. To be honest with you, I'm trying to get a place to live. I'm not trying to think about that.
No, you're not.
The reason why I'm single is because people really do be sending me stuff. They send me unsolicited videos. They literally say, oh, I touched myself to you online, and they send me videos. They literally send stuff. This one guy said, you look pretty with your mouth open, or you look sexy with your mouth open. This weird creepy guy, and everyone starts making a joke and starts laughing with him. That's very misogynistic. So now you're literally defending this misogynistic man is weird. Anyways,
do you even know what that word means, Tophia? Because okay, whatever. Are you done? I hope she's done.
I gotta go because my phone's at 10%. It's gonna die.
Thank God.
I don't want it to die on you guys. So have a good day or night where you guys are. We'll see you guys later. I need to get to bed.
Goodbye, Tophia. Just ridiculous. Like, girl. Oh man. Because like with Tophia, so I just don't believe her. Okay, I just don't believe any of these fucking stories even happened. I mean, some of them might have, But like once she told the story about her, she was going to get kidnapped because a guy stopped at a red light and was fiddling with his seatbelt and a cop pulled up behind him. That's the only reason that the guy didn't even get out of the fucking car. Like, did it ever cross your mind, Tophia? Maybe he was just making sure his seatbelt was on so he wouldn't get a ticket. No, you were definitely going to get kidnapped that night. Like, it's ridiculous, but I digress. That is my time for tonight, y'all. Thank you all so much for watching the video. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. Drop a like, highly appreciate it. And I don't know, man. Tophia was really on one. This whole live stream, she was just on a tear. But y'all be safe, be kind to each other, and I will see you all very soon.